Yeah, okay, let's move on because I'm rambling a bit now. Excuse my sniffling, I've got a bit of a cold coming on, it seems. Other than hands or feet, because a lot of people have trouble with them and tend to default to those answers, what part of the anatomy would you say you have the most difficult time drawing? Quite possibly, kind of want to say noses, mostly because I can never decide what to do with a nose when I'm drawing it. If you notice, I'm all over the place when I'm drawing a nose, whether it be front on, side on, three-quarter view, because there's so many ways of doing it. And to be honest, noses fascinate me, but there's just so many, and especially when I'm designing a character, I always seem to default to the same default nose style, but I really want to get better at that because, you know, there's so many great shapes and styles and such, which sounds very weird, but yeah, other than that, maybe arms, just getting the lengthwise on the arms. Sometimes, you know, I'll draw them a bit too long, or the elbow. Yeah. Can't fit that onto the camera. Okay, but yeah, that's another thing that I have trouble with from time to time. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just some of these questions sort of mixed in with comments, so it's trying to find the question. Do personal emotions you hold at the time when you're drawing influence what comes out of it? Sometimes, if looking at the rest of that question, usually even when I'm down, I draw because drawing tends to lift my mood quite a bit. So, don't usually draw sad pictures when I'm feeling sad. I've actually drawn sad pictures when I'm feeling quite perky and happy, actually. So, it just comes along, I guess. Yeah. An event, place you haven't been to yet but would really like to see at least once in your lifetime. I'm not sure. You know, I'd love to go overseas and see some of my friends and do conventions with some of my friends. You know, I really, I want to go to London Expo with some friends at some point. I really want to try Comic-Con at least once in my life because that sounds fun. And I would also say The Gathering, the Gargoyles convention, because I absolutely love that cartoon and have since I was a little kid, but unfortunately this year was the last year it happened apparently, so I'm fully missed out on that unfortunately, but hey, you know, it's not that easy for me to get to America a lot of the time, so I am going to miss out on things like that. What's one of your strongest pet peeves? I have so many pet peeves, and they're all little things, and they're so insignificant half the time. I guess one of my biggest ones is, you know, typical as it sounds, is people who don't read things before they ask. You know, I just hate sounding like an old record repeating itself over and over when someone, you know, comes to me on DeviantArt and says, oh, what did you colour this picture with? And I'd spend all that time typing in down the bottom of the picture, you know, what media I'd used, and I'd put it in different font, just so everyone would know, and it just sort of makes me feel a bit bad, like, well, my words meant absolutely nothing because people still have to ask. I guess it's just, you know, it's an honest mistake people make sometimes. I just think it's when people expect you to be able to answer things like that all the time when you've already gone out of your way to do something for them like that so they didn't have to ask you in the first place. Or, Google, guys, seriously. If I say something and you don't know what it is, try Google first, because most of the time Google will get back to you faster than I will in a reply, and half the time I can't always reply to everyone. So that's just friendly advice. It's not me being mean or anything. I just sort of say, you know, help me out, please, so I'm not stressed out. Oh no, I haven't answered this question yet. So yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm almost into 20 minutes and I only got through about half of these, so these might be split up into several videos on YouTube, I'm guessing. Okay, the next one. What's the most random freak thing to ever happen to you? I wouldn't know. I mean, lots of random things have happened to me, and, I mean, do you want the pleasant or the unpleasant? Like, the unpleasant, where I was viciously attacked by dogs as a little kid, which kind of has given me a phobia on dogs, but that's not very pleasant, not really something you want to hear about. I honestly can't think of one off the top of my head, I'm sorry, it's a terrible answer, but I don't, so yeah, I don't think I have a proper answer for that question, I'm sorry. Next one. Oh my gosh. This is Krista, who, I love her dearly, but she's going to ask me this. Okay, this is all in caps. What in all of God's green goodness makes heavy point choppers so appealing to you, so damn appealing to you? Which she followed up with just please, please don't mention, don't mention hand size ratios. Oh my gosh, Krista, I don't know. I like men big and burly. I don't know. I just think it's an awesome design, and I think it's great that this little tiny cute mascot character gets massive and kicks ass. I don't know why. Why do I like a lot of things? Why do you like a lot of your crazy things, Krista? That's a question I just can't answer. So, yeah, I'm weird. That's the best answer. I'm a very weird person, and I like weird things. Cute turning into weird things. That's what I like. And that's all I'm going to say on that. This is how I've developed from when I first started drawing, and these works I wouldn't ever want to remember myself. That's not a question. I'm sorry, that's not a question. I don't know how to answer that. Okay. Have you ever gone to any art schools or colleges? Yes, I have. After I finished high school, which is called college in New Zealand. We've got them all over the place compared to what you call them in England and America and such. But after high school, I went to university. I did certificate in design, was my first one at Massey University in Wellington. And then after that, I spent a couple of years in Palmerston North and completed the diploma in visual arts at UCOL. And then I did another year back in Wellington doing diploma in multimedia at NatCol. And UCOL's my absolute favourite visual arts. So lots of life drawing and painting and sculpture and illustration, some flash animation. And NatCol was also doing things like 3D modelling, animation, film. I absolutely loved doing film while I was there. And basic game design, things like that. But yeah, no, UCOL was my favourite by far. And yeah, so I've done a mix of lots of different arts and got different qualifications in them. But yeah, I've done my art school and I've finished, and you know, no more big long arty assignments and such. Going back to study something completely different next year, but yay. But yeah, I've done them, pretty much. That's to answer your question. Yes, I have done them. Next question is, okay, what makes the red pandas so darn awesome? Because they are awesome. They are awesome by default. Great little animals, sorry. I love this little guy so much.